explain stuff. Please subscribe. Let's get started right away. Number 5. A strange call. A voice in the silence. You're sitting at home, alone. No TV, no conversations. Everything is quiet. Then you hear something. Very faint, but very familiar. Someone calling your name? You glance around. No one's there. Just the fan spinning, the wind outside the window, and your heartbeat now a little faster. Don't panic. You're not haunted. Nothing supernatural is happening. What you just heard isn't a ghost. It's your brain trying to protect you. Your brain is a master pattern detector. More than just a supercomputer, it's a built-in biological radar, constantly scanning your environment for meaningful signals, especially sounds. While you think your room is silent, it's actually more like a chaotic soundscape. The low hum of the fridge, distant pipes rattling, a neighbor's muffled voice, maybe even the echo of a car alarm blocks away. In that sea of noise, sometimes the frequencies just happen to line up, and suddenly it sounds like someone just said your name. But why your name? Because to your brain, your name isn't just a sound. It's a call to attention. It's the cue our ancestors once relied on. To flee from danger. To return to their tribe. To survive in a wild world. Your brain is hardwired to perk up at the faintest hint of your name, even if no one's calling it. All it takes is a whisper that resembles it, and your inner alarm system kicks in, sending you into a state of hyper-alertness. Neuroscientists call this the auditory gain stage. It's when your brain boosts the volume on incoming sounds because it thinks something might be wrong, even if it isn't. That's why in running water, you might hear someone talking. In the whir of a fan, you might swear there's a whisper. Not because they're really there, but because your brain hates uncertainty and would rather guess wrong than miss a potential threat. So no, you're not losing your mind. You're just human. A creature evolved from forest-dwelling survivors now living in a concrete apartment with Wi-Fi and microwave dinners. And your brain, loyal as ever, is still on watch. Still whispering in your ear, stay sharp. Someone might be calling your name. Number 4. The cosmic perspective. When smallness sets you free. Some nights, when the world feels too much, we look up, and what we see is beyond imagination. Astronomers estimate there are 2 trillion galaxies out there. Not stars, galaxies. Each one filled with hundreds of billions of stars, and likely planets circling around them. To cross just our own galaxy, the Milky Way, at the speed of light, it would take 100,000 years. That's longer than all of human civilization. Longer than the pyramids, than the printing press, than TikTok trends, by far. It's like trying to walk across your neighborhood. Except that neighborhood is a spinning disk of gas and starlight, the size of 100 billion suns. And suddenly, your brain whispers, "We are on a tiny blue dot, floating quietly, in an ocean of forever." But that thought, that shrinking, humbling, dizzying thought, might actually be good for you. Think of that looming deadline, the email you've been avoiding, the awkward conversation, the late bill. Now imagine that stress drifting across galaxies, passing star after star, melting into the silence between planets. Kinda puts things into perspective, doesn't it? This is what scientists and philosophers call the overview effect. It's the emotional shift astronauts feel when they see Earth from space. Fragile, glowing, alone. You don't have to leave the planet to feel it. Just take a step back. Zoom out. From that vantage point, our mountains become grains of dust. Our chaos becomes choreography. And our problems? They shrink into specks no heavier than stardust. And yet, here's the twist. Your smallness doesn't erase your meaning. You are still you, the only you in this unfathomably wide universe. Think about that. In this sea of galaxies, solar systems, particles, and probability, there has never been, and never will be, another version of you. Not with your thoughts, your fears, your laugh, your story. Your existence may be brief and microscopic, but it is unrepeatable. So next time your world feels overwhelming, let the stars remind you, you're small, yes, but you're also rare. And sometimes that's exactly what you need to feel free. Number 3. When your mind becomes its own private channel. You're walking down the street. The sky is clear, it's quiet. A soft breeze brushes your skin. And then a voice pops up. Maybe I should grab a coffee. Already had 2 today. But that smell, it's amazing. Wait, who's talking? There's no one around, just you. And that steady voice narrating everything you do? That's the storyteller inside your head. A feature your brain evolved over millions of years. Now operating like a personal podcast that broadcasts 24/7. Some people hear it in full sentences, with proper grammar and tone. Others experience it as fragments. A patchwork of images, emotions, half-formed thoughts. Not everyone has this internal monologue. Some people think in colors, in abstract shapes, or in silent bursts of intuition. It's like each brain is running on a completely different operating system. And sometimes you're holding a full staff meeting in there. You. Debating with yourself. One voice wants to take a risk, another plays it safe. One sounds logical, one sounds anxious. All coexisting, like a one-person improv show. Written, directed, and performed entirely inside your own mind. Even the tiniest decision, like choosing where to eat lunch, can become an Oscar-worthy internal monologue. But why does your brain do this? Because it's a powerful survival tool. That voice helps you plan ahead, imagine possible scenarios, reflect on the past, and avoid repeating mistakes. Think of it as an internal simulation, your brain rehearsing before you step onto the real-life stage. A kind of mental dress rehearsal for every choice, action, and moment. So if you've ever found yourself talking to yourself silently, don't worry. You're not weird. You're not broken. You're just sharing space with a storyteller. One who knows every version of you and still chooses to speak your truth. Number 2, that annoying voice in your head. Not you, just an uninvited passenger. Imagine there's a tiny person living inside your head. Not a friend, not a coach, but a self-appointed critic in residence. It never sleeps, always lurking, and it loves to show up right when you're trying to be brave. You're gonna mess this up. Everyone's judging you. You probably shouldn't even try. Sound familiar? Scientists say that voice isn't entirely evil. It's actually a leftover from prehistoric times, when taking a bold risk could get you eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. That fear voice once helped our ancestors survive, but today it's not protecting you from wild animals. It's just holding you back from saying hi to someone new, applying for your dream job, or forgiving yourself for one tiny mistake. Strangely, the voice often sounds like someone you once knew, a strict teacher, a critical relative, a former flame with a sharp tongue. Your brain is like a tape recorder, storing those greatest hits of self-doubt and replaying them like a playlist no one asked for. Some people even name their inner critic: Bob the Dream Crusher, Karen the Confidence Killer, Captain Buzzkill. Funny? Yes, but also effective. Psychologists say naming the voice helps you separate it from yourself. And when criticism comes from someone named Captain Buzzkill, it's a little easier not to take it too seriously. Your body reacts too. When that voice kicks into monologue mode, do you feel your stomach tighten, your chest get heavy? That's your nervous system gearing up for battle. Even though there's no tiger, no fight, just fear echoing inside. And here's the most important part. Just because it's always there doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's you, and it definitely doesn't mean it gets to be in charge. That voice is outdated software, and you don't have to follow its code. You can learn to listen without obeying. You can smile and say, "Thanks for the input, Buzzkill, but I'm driving today." Number 1, the infinite scroll, and the trap that won't let you stop. You pick up your phone to check a quick notification. Just one message, a like, something small. But then, it's 2 a.m. Your thumb is still scrolling. Your eyes are still locked in. But your brain checked out hours ago. You're not even enjoying what you're seeing anymore. And yet, you keep going. Scroll, scroll, scroll. You're not weak. Your brain isn't broken. You're caught in one of nature's oldest traps: random reward. Each time you swipe, your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine, whispering, maybe the next one will be good. It's like a slot machine for your attention. You never know when you'll get that little rush, so you keep playing. And tech companies know exactly how this works. They design platforms so there's never a stopping point. No ending, no, you're all caught up. No chapters, no pauses, no natural place to stop and reflect. Just an endless stream, crafted to keep your brain from ever asking, should I be doing something else right now?
And then you disappear from yourself. You come out of the scroll haze an hour later, not remembering what you saw, what you were looking for, or why you even picked up your phone. Meanwhile, your thumb keeps moving, while your mind drifts far, far away. The more bored, lonely, or exhausted you feel, the harder it is to stop. Why? Because you're not just facing a screen. You're facing a system designed to capture and keep your attention and your willpower. And in that fight, awareness is your first weapon. That's all for today. I will make similar videos in the future, so please subscribe.